Hello, buddy. Coming up on the United Way today, Martial injured. Scott McTominay, is he going to get a new contract? Hopefully not. We couldn't go Palestri down to Granada. Who do we want? Benzema or Choupo-Moting? We'll talk about that. We'll discuss what our chances are. And Sir James Ratcliffe, Ineos powers extended. Hello, buddy. Welcome back to the United Way. Today we're going to be discussing it as Manchester United news. I'm Dean. Please like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Be much appreciated. Again, we done a video yesterday, basically Manchester United news roundup. Basically what we do every night. Again, I'll be out again. Another video will be out later on tonight. Basically going through the latest Manchester United news. It'll be pre-recorded, so all the news that happened today, it will just all crammed into a 10 to 20 minute video. So please do check them out if you haven't already. Again, we'll have a new show at 5 o'clock most days. Seriously, I can't get the words out of my mouth. Most days. And then we will also have a late pre-recorded news video going out about 9 or 10 o'clock every day of the week. So from Monday to Sunday, there should be some sort of content on the channel. We'll have the Manchester United Newport preview out on Friday. I'm still deciding whether that's going to be pre-recorded or live. And then obviously Saturday, back to the usual news. And then Sunday we will have the watch long as well for the game against Newport. Looking forward to it. Football is back. Is it good? Is it bad? Is Manchester United being back a good thing? Look, as long as we can do is sit back and see what happens. Hopefully the break can help us. Hopefully this week or two break can actually benefit Manchester United in a good way. But again, look, it's going to be an interesting show today. Definitely a lot more to talk about. We spoke about a bit of news yesterday, but let's be honest, it wasn't really important news. Look, obviously, we'll start off from the back, and we'll discuss Anthony Martial. So it came out earlier on today, that Anthony Martial will be out for 10 weeks. Yeah, that's right, 10 weeks. So Manchester United confirmed earlier on today, Anthony Martial has now undergone a groin surgery and is expected to be out for 10 weeks. Manchester United have put out a statement to said Manchester United striker Anthony Martial has completed a successful surgery to address a groin complaint, and will be a groin complaint, and will be out of action for about 10 weeks as he rehabilitates. We wish Anthony a speedy recovery and look forward to his return. So look, Martial out injured, no surprise. I think since he's came to Manchester United, he's been out injured. But is this how it's going to end? Martial and Manchester United, is it going to end like this? Will we see him back playing for Manchester United again? If we bring in a striker on loan, whether that's a Benzema, Choupo-Moting, whoever it is, it's very unlikely we will see Martial, play for Manchester United again. We brought him in. I think Louis van Gaal signed him. 50 mil, I think it was. Obviously, the song, 50 million down the drain. Tony Martial scores again. Tony Martial, last time he scored was against Everton, and look, Martial picks up an odd goal here and there, picks up an odd decent performance here and there, but he just hasn't been the top man. And, listen, obviously it kind of gives us a reason now why he didn't leave Manchester United when he had the chance. I think it was Turkish clubs interested in him, Saudi clubs interested in him. So that's obviously maybe the reason why. But he's out for 10 weeks. So our only striker now is Rasmus Højlund, who, again, he's taken time to sort of, gel in. Yeah, he scored 7 goals Manchester United so far this season, 5 in the Champions League, 2 in the Premier League. The 2 goals in the Premier League are actually decent goals, in all fairness. But again, you do worry now because you look at Manchester United in the transfer window. There's a few days remaining. Are we going to bring anyone in? Are we going to bring in a Benzema or a Choupo-Moting or an odd crazy signing out of nowhere? Joe Hugo is out on loan, so if Ten Hag if that was an option, it's not an option now. I do think relying on a young Joe Hugo wouldn't look well for Manchester United. But look, it's it's going to be interesting to see what happens now, because in the last few days of the transfer window, will we bring in a player? Will we bring in a striker? Our striker is still the main, not one of the main, but it's one of the main kind of priorities Manchester United at the moment. If we want to push Rasmus Højlund, you have to bring in a good striker. Bring in some. Someone has to be brought in. But again, who can Manchester United bring in? Who's out there? Can we afford to bring in anyone? Will we bother bringing in anyone? That's the big question at the moment. Does Ten Hag want to bring in anyone? With Martial being out, which again, no surprise there. He's always been out injured. His time at Manchester United hasn't been great. I think he's had 2 years when he was reasonably good. But besides that, his time at Manchester United has been nothing but bad. And like I said, Martial has had a few decent moments at Manchester United. But my God, they have not been incredible moments at Manchester United. There's still a long way to go. And look, we're not going to get a lot for Rasmus Højlund, for Anthony Martial anyways in the summer. He'd be gone on a free. So we're not, the money we spent on Martial, and then the wages, we're not going to get any of that back. We're not even going to get 10 million back. So Martial's time, if you could describe Martial's time at Manchester United in a few words, I think one would probably just be, brutal, because, injuries, he's literally made out of glass. There has been a time Manchester United has went a few weeks without an injury. He has an injury, then he's back, then he's out, then he's back. And so most of his injuries don't even happen on the pitch. They just happen like out of nowhere. So again, it's definitely, Martial getting an easy way out. Probably doesn't have to play for Manchester United again. That's probably how it'll be. And look, Martial for me, I don't really rate the man, and I don't think I ever will. If he lives, thanks for the memories, but there's not a lot. King Solbo says, big up, Artie, mate, how's things? What's the chances of us getting Benzema? I mean, look, I'd say, I don't know, to be honest, but look, we will actually get into Korean Benzema. We will get into Korean Benzema because I want to get into him in a few minutes. But obviously at the moment, talk about Anthony Martial, who's injured. What a surprise, what? Rahul says, big up Rahul. I don't think we should really think too much about Martial. We won't get much from him now, and either way, he will be gone in the summer. Exactly. I mean, look, I think, just him being out injured is just, it's not new. And, like I said, if you could describe Martial's time at Manchester United in a word or 2 words or 3 words, what would it be? Brutal is what I'd say. We spent 50 million for him, and we're not going to get anything for him. He's going to go on a free in the summer. And look, for me, brutal. But look, that is Anthony Martial. I won't talk about him too much because, like Rahul said, who cares? Let's be honest, who cares? But look, obviously, Benzema has been a question that has been asked. Rahul says, wasted talent. Exactly, spot on. So let's just try and find this news about about Karim Benzema. So Chris Roudup came out and he said Manchester United have been linked with both Karim Benzema and Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting during the January transfer window. United have been put on an alert by former Ballon d'Or winner Benzema due to his struggles at Saudi Pro League Al Ittihad. Then L'Equipe came out and have said Karim Benzema's entourage have denied claims that the Frenchman is seeking an exit from Al Ittihad. However, should the former Real Madrid forward leave, Manchester United could be a viable option. Karim Benzema is supposedly pushing towards an exit from Saudi Arabia. He's ready to accept a wage. It says a few things saying he's ready to accept a wage cut. I don't think Benzema is ready to accept a wage cut. But then you're seeing things that he's in talks with Al Ittihad and Manchester United about a deal for Benzema. I mean, look, I don't think we will bring in Benzema. I don't think we will bring in Karim Benzema. I mean, even Chris Wheeler said Karim Benzema is unlikely to move to Manchester United in the final week of the transfer window. I mean, look, we're kind of like a deadline day merchant. Manchester United deadline day merchant. We cannot sign anyone early in the transfer window. It just cannot be done. I mean, look at Tottenham. Yeah, they brought in Timo Werner, who definitely not one. He's not a great striker, but they brought in a centre back and a striker early on. That's them probably done. You know what I mean? Why can't we not do that? Rahul says, the question, why are we even interested in Benzema? I would go nowhere near him. Let's be honest with you. I mean, we spoke about this last week. And for a 6-month loan, I'd look at, again, I know I may have said in the past, I don't want us going for a striker who's, in his 30s, who, he's probably past his best, maybe. Benzema just for 6 months. I mean, I read something yesterday saying, Manchester United are looking at Eric Choupo-Moting for his experience and physicality. Benzema would offer you a lot more than that. Again, Benzema might not be firing on all cylinders at El Ittihad at the moment, but I do think, again, I doubt he'd come to Manchester United and help everyone. He'd score goals. He'd get you goals for the 6 months. He'd get you goals, and we'd probably be looking more of a threat up top. He would get you goals. He would get you goals. For 6 months, I'd take it. I would take it, but can we afford him? And does he want to come to Manchester United? Again, as much as I wouldn't mind just signing him on a 6-month loan, I doubt we will. I doubt Ten Hag wants him. I doubt Ten Hag is going to say, why would I drop me £70 million striker for Benzema? Because Benzema will expect a lot more game time if he came in as well. And mate, what's up, mate? How's things, man? Hope all is well. But look, like I said, Karim Benzema, I wouldn't mind him, but I just don't think we'll get him. I just don't think we'll get him. Amaya, again, like Amaya says, thing is, I don't expect Benzema will come to United. We probably won't be able to match the wages. The only place I see him going to is Chelsea, especially since they're in a final. Chelsea, I love that. You're on fire today, mate. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even on the Instagram as well, you're on fire. Look, Chelsea, man. Again, neither would I. Neither would I. But yeah, they are in a final, and more likely they're probably on the Blues in that final. Hopefully, Fulham beat Liverpool tonight, right? Or whatever. I don't like Chelsea, but whatever. I don't think we'll get him. No, I don't think we will match his wages. I think Benzema to Manchester United it's a big ask. And look, listen, I could never see us get Benzema, and I still can't. If you do get him, and I'll believe everything when I see it. I mean, Manchester United do a lot of considering. And the yeah, I mean, you're distracting me. But I forgot what I was going to say now. But back to Benzema, Chelsea. I mean, you have Jackson, who not great, is he? He's not great. Benzema would help Chelsea a lot. No, you're fine, man. You're fine. You're cool. I'm a comic, so in the words of a great Irishman, it's me job. Exactly, yeah. You want about me as the Irishman? Obviously, I know who you're on about. Good old Roy Keane, the legend himself. Jackson is crap. Exactly, so they may go in. I've seen something that Chelsea, Lyon, Manchester United are interested in Karim Benzema. So, look, I personally, I'd be very, very surprised if you do bring Benzema in. But will we get? But then Choupo-Moting, are we gonna bring him in? Do we want him? Will he help us a lot? Will he help us in any way, shape, or form? Rahul says you want them on the wages he's receiving at his current club, but even then, I wouldn't go for him. I mean, I don't think we'd have the money for. I mean, how much would Benzema would probably want a decent amount a week, and if Ineos aren't willing to, the reason why we brought in like Barad and things like that, and Ratcliffe is bringing in these men, is so we don't overpay our players and wait and give them stupid wages, 250k a week or 350k a week, No one wants that. But Benzema, I doubt it would be that kind of thing we would say, oh yeah, 150k a week, Benzema, but that's the future. He'd probably end up, punching Ten Hag into the face, you know what I mean? If that did happen. But look, I wouldn't mind him for his experience, and he'll get you goals. But then you're reading that we want to bring in Eric Choupo-Moting for his experience and what he can offer us up top, and he could help Highland and things like that. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Rahil says I wouldn't go for Choupo-Moting either. No, look, neither would I. Again, what does he bring to the club? Actually, tell you what, there's a few days left in the January transfer window. Give us this. Do you think? No, I'll ask you this question first. Do you think we will sign anyone before the January transfer window ends? Let me know, and if you do, let me know what position it'll be and who you'd like it to be. Amaya says, I think we'll realistically go. Hold on. I think we realistically go. I think that's Choupo-Moting because he's not going to get any delusions of his playtime. Benzema won a Ballon d'Or, so he will probably want to start over Holland. Exactly. So that's probably another reason we won't bring him in. Wages. He'll want a lot of game time. He will want a lot of game time. You know what I mean? He's not going to leave El Ittihad. And want to sit on the bench and be a backup. He's not going to be that. But again, like Choupo-Moting, he won't expect a lot of game time because he's not getting a lot of game time at Bayern Munich since Harry Kane's came in. So he's not going to expect a lot of game time at Manchester United either. But look, will it be just like another, Manchester United love signing a striker on loan in the January transfer window. Igalo, Weghorst. Come on. Choupo-Moting much like another Weghorst. Come on, man. Ridiculous. But yeah, it would be interesting. Abib says, I want to transfer Benzema. No, anyone. I lack Benzema. Look, a few people also want to bring in Benzema as well. Abib, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there, but I doubt we'll get him, pal. Choupo-Moting fits our single profile, old, past. It doesn't need to be the main man. I won't make a fuss if we don't keep him. Yeah, definitely old and past it. He played for Stoke City, by the way, just in case anyone doesn't know that. He used to play for Stoke City. Stoke City? Come on, man. Talk about, going for a striker who used to play for Stoke City. Again, Choupo-Moting last season, every now and again you could see he was scoring goals. I think he went through a decent form, but let's be honest, what would Choupo-Moting bring to the team? What would Choupo-Moting bring to the team? Again, the only reason why I have the only reason why I think there's more chances of us signing a striker on loan is because of the Martial injury. You cannot go into February now with just Rasmus Højlund as your only striker. No disrespect to Rasmus Højlund, but he hasn't come in. He hasn't, he hasn't let Old Trafford on fire with his goals. Let's be honest. Yeah, he scored 2 goals so far in the season in the Premier League. 7 in total if you include the 5 in the Champions League. So look, I just don't want Choupo-Moting, but I just think we'll get him, and it'd be one of those kind of like, why? You know what I mean? Just why? Rahil says we might sign someone else. No, we may well, and you know what? I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if we do bring in anyone. I just wouldn't bring in anyone. or bringing anyone. I was surprised if you do bring anyone. But I think that certain someone might be a Choupo-Moting. I mean, like, I just don't know. I really just don't know why we do this to ourselves. It's been a big problem, Manchester United. It really, really has. I mean, since we're talking about Choupo-Moting, I might as well throw him up on the screen. But we may sign someone out of nowhere, and I wouldn't be surprised. But will it be Moting or Benzema? I doubt we'll get Benzema, but I think there's a slim chance of us bringing in Kareem the Dream. Or Kareem Benzema. Amir says, so when we get another non-league team in the FA Cup, he'll be at home then. Well, look, I think Newport will probably, that'll be the easy time. Then no one else will end up playing Man City next or something like that in the FA Cup. But look, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Mate also says, I think we might keep McNeil as well. I really want him to succeed. Dwight McNeil. Yeah, I mean, look, he has really played a lot for Manchester. This is for Manchester United games played, obviously the lower part, but not the high part of Manchester United. Again, Joe Hugo went down on loan as well. He looks like he could be good in the future, but again, we're letting decent talent go. Pelistri might be going out on loan. Did I say Dwight McNeil? Yeah, I might not. Yeah, excuse me. The reason why I said him was because Fabrizio Romano posted something about him there, so I'm sorry about that. But look, it will be interesting to see. But McNeil, Hugo out on loan, Hannibal out on loan, Pelistri looks like he'd be going out on loan. Alvaro Fernandez is on loan. There's a lot of decent. Reece Bennett has gone out on loan. There's a few players who are leaving, and they could do well. Reho says Choupo would only bring in another body. Literally, a few number. He maybe get 3 or 4 goals or 5 goals at a time at Manchester for the 6 months, and then it'd be another white horse. Get him gone. Can't wait to get him gone. I can't wait for the summer just to get the season done and start from scratch. That's what I want to do, but we won't do that. Not the Dwight McNeil yet. Yeah, sorry about that. But again, just another one there from Telegraph. Ducker. Anthony Martial's new injury is likely to intensify Eric Ten Hag's desire for a temporary replacement over the course of next week. And then a lad named Sam Pilger, again, just going to throw him out there. Supposedly he said Manchester United are absolutely going to go into the market for a striker. I would be very surprised if a striker is not brought in on loan before the deadline as well. Again, I've seen a lot of, few people, that Manchester that we're going to bring in a striker, but we may not. I can sit here and say Manchester United are going to bring in another striker. We're going to bring in a striker before the transfer window ends. I can make it sound great as well. I can make it sound great. Amaya says, would love to come on the podcast and have a chat with you, typing as long. It is, I agree. Before I came up with the United where I hated typing because, that's why I just thought, let's do something myself because I can talk a lot more. But look, Amaya, listen, we will try and get you on the channel fairly soon. Whether it's a pre-recorded or a live stream, we will try and get you on. Just let us know when you're free and we'll get you on. No waiting around. We definitely will try. We like to get people that support the channel on as well, because your support helps me and helps the channel grow and helps me want to do this more. So yeah, I will try and get you on, mate. Don't you worry. Some of that'll have to be sorted. I'm surprised we haven't gone in for a left back. I mean, look, our only left back at the moment is Luke Shaw, and he's back in training. Malacia looks like he'd be. Malacia, I mean, don't know what's happened to Torre Malacia. So, a left back, I feel like it'll be something we'll look at in the summer. If Wan-Bissaka is going to leave Manchester United, because supposedly, El Nasser are going to put in a bid for that. We need to have backups for our left back and right back. Because if we're letting Alvaro Fernandez go, say on a permanent, which I don't think we should, because I like Alvaro Fernandez. I remember watching him on that game in Dublin when he was matched out against Athletic Bilbao. There's a good player there. There's a very good player there. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens there with left back and right back as well. We had Ethan Laird, who's obviously gone. Wasn't really a big fan of him anyways. But yeah. Marcia's probably... Amaya says, no worries, this time of day is perfect. I live in India, so I'm about 5.5 hours ahead. Oh yeah, Rahul's from India as well, Amaya, so nice to see a few Indians in the chat as well. Big up your legends. So yeah, no bother. But contact us on Instagram, Amaya. We will get you sorted. Don't worry about that. Amaya says Malacia is probably coming back February. Yeah, listen, there's probably. Obviously Luke Shaw's back in training, but we don't know whether he'll be, fit to travel to the game against Newport. Maguire's also back in training as well. So look, again, back to kind of fullback. Dallo can play left back as well. So then I might be trying to just grind out the fullback position until the summer and see who else we can bring in as well. Again, Alvaro Fernandez would have been handy for third choice or even second choice, to get him into the squad. Maya also says, I think with Martinez, we can push Luke Shaw at left back and Dallo covering both full back positions. Yeah, exactly. We have Dallo there who can play left back, right back. Wan-Bissaka played left back against Tottenham. So again, Dallo's been very good for me. I've been happy with Dallo this season. I thought he, hasn't really put a foot wrong. But I just think we're very thin as well at the back. Johnny Evans, don't get me wrong, he's been good this season. Varane has kind of been in and out. There's just, our left backs is Shaw, and he'll be back soon. Malacia back mid-February, you'd imagine. So, like, our only fullbacks who can play at the moment, left back, there's no one. So it's Dallo, Wan-Bissaka. I doubt Ten Hag would want to play Lisandro Martinez left back. Again, I'd say Martinez will do a good job there, don't get me wrong, but keep him where he is. But again, it's we are 10, and I do think we should go in for, if we do say let Alvaro Fernandez go permanently, bring in a left back, and if I wouldn't mind just to get another left back, a right back as well, because you only have two right backs, and that's why I'm Zaka and Diogo Dallo. Amaya says Aaron Wan-Bissaka won't be going anywhere this season. His injuries hampered him, but when we get him fit, he just takes on from Dallo like it's no big deal. Again, I like Wan-Bissaka. I hope we don't get rid of him. I hope El Nasser don't, rob him off us. But again, when we trigger that 12-month contract extension, it kind of leans you towards he may be Manchester United soon. Again, he may be, he may be here for another season, and then he may want to head off to, I don't know, to wherever. Casemiro as well. Will he be leaving? It'd be interesting to see. I doubt we'll let them go anyways on this side of the window. We can't afford to let them go because our squad depth is very, very thin. So yeah. Abib says Anthony Martial and Anthony out to United. Benzema and Choupo-Moting to United is better. Welcome. I mean, I'd rather not have I'd rather have Benzema, yeah, Martial boy, but yeah, Choupo-Moting. Listen, we're either gonna get one or the other, or maybe none. So it'll be interesting to see, Abib. Brainstorm, what if we pull a reverse Bale and make Anthony a left back? No. That's a mad brainstorm. I mean that's a mad old brainstorm there now, to be fair. I doubt we do that. A reverse Bale? I just can't see us doing that. I'm sorry, I just cannot see us doing that. That would probably get Ten Hag sacked. even if we did do that, it'd probably end up getting himself sacked. But imagine that. I mean, there was a time where I think it was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted to play Wan-Bissaka. It was a mad news that he was going to plan on playing Sancho as a wing back, which was mental, absolutely mental. Again, you are right. We did it with Ashley Young. You are right in that regard. But no, look, again, I I just doubt Ten Hag. It's do this and this. Hold on. Stephen Howson's still fuming about that decision. I mean, look, Stephen Howson's he's definitely very vocal. You know, he's a vocal man, Stephen Howson. He is a very vocal man when it comes to decisions like that. The connection's a bit all over the place. I'm sorry, but I don't know what's going on. A bit of a storm outside here, so it's a bit mental. So I do apologise. Yeah, Stephen Howson, he's definitely a very vocal man. You know, he's definitely. I'd love to have someone like him on the channel in the near future as well. I doubt he'd be the top dog. But look, Ashley Young for me, not that I never liked him. I just never rated the man. I just never rated him at Manchester United. You know, I just never rated him. Not in a million years. But yeah, big up. Good old Stephen Howson. Again, I actually want to discuss about Scott McTominay. Yeah, Iron Brew. Yeah, they do. So Sky came out earlier on today, and supposedly Manchester United are keen to try and tie down Scott McTominay to a longer-term contract. McTominay's deal expires in the summer of 2025, though the club have an option to extend that by a further 12 months. You know, McTominay for me, I just don't want them to extend his contract. Ahmed says you've got Jay, Joe, Maka, and then the big angry man himself. Oh man, you have to give. I mean, look, Jay Motti is a go. I mean, we all watched Sheffield Paddock. I mean, we had them on last week. Well, Jay on last week. They're top men. I mean, I can't speak highly of them. You know, and having them come on the channel, you know, especially Jay Motti, has just made me love this Sheffield Paddock 10 times more than I haven't already. They're absolute legends. Yeah, they're absolute legends. And yeah, I think there was a thing yesterday, and it was Stephen Howson, Joe, Jay. It was a brilliant show, and yeah, I think it was another lad as well. The mayor back to McTominay said, "Oh, for fuck's sake, why just sell him for 30 to 40 million?" Again, it's from Sky Sports. No disrespect to Sky, but they're not really the most reliable in the world. But I do think if his deal expires, his contract expires next summer, 2025, we have an option to extend that by a further 12 months. Just get rid of him in the summer, this summer. McTominay for me, yeah, he scored, he scored goals for us this season, but my God, Jesus, I just don't get Ten Hag's obsession with the man. We're going to extend his contract when we can get rid of him for 30 to 40 mil. Someone will want them. Someone will take him. He'll suit somebody's style of play. He's not a defensive midfielder. And even when we played him in the 10 against Liverpool, he didn't really do much. He was quiet. And he was captain, which was a big call. We got the draw. Take it. But, still, I just don't get the obsession with Scott McTominay. We're going to, let's extend his contract. Come on. Ratcliffe, Barada, Brailsford, whoever it is, make sure this, please don't do this. Amaya has said he's clearly got a ceiling. He is good enough for mid-table players. No, don't make it happen. Do not make it happen. Get him gone. I'm sorry, I just don't want it to happen. I'm sorry, but I just don't want it to happen. I cannot have McTominay staying at Manchester United. No way. We let Fred go. Fred. What? Let McTominay go. Bye-bye. Cheerio. But again, I just don't think Ten Hag wants to get rid of him. I actually think Ten Hag looks at McTominay and thinks he's a good player. McTominay's a good player. He scored goals. So he's going to keep him because McTominay can score goals. But we're not going to bring in another striker to help score more goals. Let's keep McTominay. And we'll probably end up playing McTominay as well on Sunday against Newport. When we play McTominay, the midfield's wide open. The only player he's defending in the midfield is Kobe Manu. And we can't expect a lot from him either because he's young. His performances from Manchester United this season have been brilliant. But you can't expect a lot from him. You just cannot expect a lot from him. And, McTominay is also kind of it's like when we play, McTominay doesn't like playing as a DM. He has to be up beside Bruno Fernandes. It's kind of like a 4-1-4-1. Can't do that. You just cannot do that. And in all honesty, I just think we should let him go. Just let Scott McTominay go. Let him go for 30, 40 million or whatever it is. And bring in someone else who's better. Again, he may walk his hole off, in all honesty. He may, but I just don't know. And again, like Richard Hawkins said, he's a good squad player and he is loyal. We need to get rid of Sancho, Martial, Maguire, and Lindelof before McTominay. Again, exactly, he is loyal and he is a good squad player. He gets stuck in, he does, he tried, but I just feel like if he left, it'd be better for him. I just don't see why we should extend his contract. And big up Richard as well. Hope all is well. Again, I do agree with saying Sancho, get rid of him. Martial, more than likely he'd be leaving in the summer. Maguire, yep. Lindelof, yep. Yeah. I'd agree. If we could get rid of Sancho, Martial, Maguire, Lindelof, and McTominay, happy days. That's a bit of money. And then, but again, maybe, it's probably just the way Manchester United are at the moment where everyone's poor, flat. McTominay, I just don't see where it works with him. And like Richard says, and I agree, I wouldn't extend his contract either. I just wouldn't extend the man's contract, and I don't think we should do it. I don't see why we should bother, extending that by a further 12 months. I just don't see the big deal. And if we do it, where we could have got money for him, it'd be a bit like why, just why. But again, a bit of news about Facundo Pellistri, just fairly quick, coming out from Fabrizio Romano. Granada are now closing in on a Facundo Pellistri loan deal for Manchester United. The agreement is getting closer as talks are moving fast. More contacts will happen today to get it done between all parties. So Pellistri looks like he will be gone on loan to Granada. 6-month loan, but looks of things. And best luck to him, Kind of hasn't really got a lot of game time Manchester United this season. When he has played, he hasn't really put a foot wrong. But I obviously Ten Hag thinks he needs a bit, he needs more experience and to learn a lot more before getting into the start 11 for Manchester United. We played him against remember the fourth Champions League game against Bayern. Played him. You can't expect a lot from either against Bayern Munich. He was up against Alphonso Davies, So I don't know. In all honesty, I like Pellistri. I wouldn't sell him permanently. I do think he is a player there, but obviously you have Amad Diallo as well. Amad is a good player. He came back, played against Forest, done reasonably well when he came on. Then he's been out ever since. So hopefully we see him on Sunday against Newport. I'd start him against Newport as well if he's fit and raring to go. But look, the last bit of news is about this man, Sir Jim. So breaking: Manchester United staff have been informed that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos remit well income past more than gonna try and say this word solely football operations as initially outlined when the petrochemicals firm agreed to purchase a 25% stake at the Premier League club. Ratcliffe's team will also liaise with the Glazers on business decisions as they, by definition, will impact the potential of football operations. This will mean that the two ownership groups will need to align with one another on key decisions relating to the business, as dividing up affairs entirely is now felt to be unrealistic. While it is the case that the primary focus and responsibility of Ineos will be to run football operations, it is now clear that the Glazer family are prepared to provide a broader license and latitude for Ratcliffe's company to drive change beyond the club's training base at Carrington in order to bring football success to the club. Ineos feel that the club's commercial possibilities will be hugely increased by on-field success, and this is also underpinned by the decision to poach Omar Barada from Manchester City, as his background is in football operations while also having a commercial pedigree. And I mean, look, it is interesting to see, again, the training ground needs a lot of improvement. If maybe it looks like they're getting a bit more, powers are being extended at Manchester. Not a lot, because the Glazers are still around, unfortunately. But look, listen, don't get wrong. What Sir Jim Ratcliffe is doing at Manchester United at the moment, I kind of can't complain. I wasn't really a big fan of him when we got him in. I didn't know what he could do, but what he's done, in all honesty, I can't complain. And let's just see what more happens. Trust the process. Richard Hawkins says, if anything, I'd be letting Kobe learn from Casemiro and would have let Hannibal learn from Bruno. That would have been spot on, Richard Hawkins, and I agree with you there, mate. But unfortunately, some decisions made are ridiculous. But look, Ratcliffe, obviously, I think Dave Brailsford really wants Dan Ashworth as well. We have Brailsford, we have Jean-Claude Blanc, Dan Ashworth, and see who else we can bring in. It'll be an interesting, next couple of weeks in Manchester United, from now until the summer, to see who else we can appoint. But obviously, decisions will have to be, decisions that want to be made will have to be agreed first and all that good and all that stuff. So, the 25% stake, it's not a lot, but look, hopefully, I would love it to be a lot more than 25%. I'd love it to be 100% and the Glazers gone. That would be brilliant. But unfortunately, Ratcliffe working alongside the Glazers, just sit back and, improve. The stadium needs improvement. Carrington could do with improvement. I mean, Ronaldo said they need a new chef and a better gym. So, that's what Ronaldo said when he done that interview with Piers Morgan. The Manchester United need a lot of work done on the pitch and off the pitch, and behind the scenes, upstairs, downstairs, all over the place. Amaya says, until the year is done, this Sir Jim Ratcliffe should just be taken with cautious optimism. Exactly, it is cautious optimism. Yeah, kind of like, right, keep doing what you're doing, but don't fuck it up. Please don't mess it up, because this may work out, this may not work out. It may work out, it may not work out, but just we have to be optimistic. We do have to be optimistic, cautiously optimistic as well. If you like it or not, we have to be cautiously optimistic. Because I think people are like, well, he's bringing in this and that, but he's also getting rid of this and that as well. As well. So look, so far, so good. And let's just see what else happens. Because we need a lot of work done off the pitch, on the pitch, upstairs, downstairs, behind the scenes, all over the place. Needs a lot of work done. Like Amaya says, they're saying the right things, hiring the right ones, only time will tell. Exactly, that's why so far I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, you know what? So far you're doing good. You just keep doing what you're doing. you do you and we'll do us, and let's just see what happens. And hopefully it does work out. Like I really do hope it does work out. And again, he seems like he's a businessman, knows what he can do. Richard Hawkins says he knows what he's doing. The reason Blanc is on the board and not CEO is because as an executive board member, he can vote on removing members being removed from the board. Glazers, man. Yeah, I mean, look, I'd love us to remove them. Look, he's doing a lot of smart things in Manchester United, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, so far. So far he's doing reasonably all right. Pointing the right people, doing things. He wants to get the right people in. He wants to appoint the right people in the right positions. We need that good structure. The good structure is needed at Manchester United. There's no doubt about it. But I was surprised when Blanc wasn't, not CEO. But then when you just kind of read what you said, Richard, you understand it a lot more. And I mean, look, John Morta, bye-bye. Richard Arnold gone. They're getting rid of a few other people as well. So get rid of the people who are crap, not doing anything. Look at what they have done, and then say, well, you do this, and look what it's came to. Bye-bye. And Ratcliffe wants to bring in his own men, and yeah. Emma says, I had my pants off when before that Sam guy who was head of negotiations as well. We got rid of him. Oh man, he seemed to be very happy about it. I wouldn't say I was that happy about him now, but I was reasonably delighted. Look, that's what I'm saying. We're getting rid of the right people, and we're bringing in the right people. So far, anyways, we can only judge it on what we're seeing. Hopefully we start to see, settling in and falling into place, the good kind as well. Because again, like I said, Ratcliffe, it seems like he knows what he's doing, appointing the right people, getting rid of the bad people. He kind of hasn't put a foot wrong, and he's taking things very, very serious, which we want him to do. And he's getting rid of the people that we want him to get. Unfortunately, I mean, if he can get rid of the Glazers, happy days, but I don't think he can do that anytime soon. So, look, listen, let's just see what happens now in the next couple of weeks, days, months. And hopefully, obviously Dan Ashworth as well. So there, Brailsford wants. Brailsford, and let's just see what happens there as well. But look, that has been the Manchester United news show. Hope everybody enjoyed the video. Amaya says, just waiting for the Morto Madness to come to an end. Hopefully, get rid of Morto. Get him going, please, and thanks. What's he done since he's come here? Look at his background. Has done nothing. Richard says, I think they will remove Darren Fletcher as technical director and find a job for him in the under-23s coaching side. Look, listen, they may do that. They may not do that. They may do that. They may not do that. But look, Darren Fletcher, was it, who said it once? Was it Rangnick or whoever it was said, or Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer, whoever it was, someone was like, what does Darren Fletcher do? But look, maybe Darren Fletcher going to do a 23s coaching side wouldn't be bad. He has experience as well. He could help the upcoming talent as well. Amaya says the only person I will be okay with staying is Fletch, but even that's only because I'm not sure what he does really. Exactly, Amaya. No one knows what he does. No one knows what he does. So if he did get removed or whatever, I don't think anyone would really cry about it. But look, that's been the Manchester United news show. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Please like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe. Please follow our social links in the description. Hit that notification bell to get notified every time we go live or publish a video. Like I said, we'll have the pre-recorded news show video out later on tonight. So basically going through all the news in a 10-20 minute video, fairly quick, pre-recorded. Same tomorrow, 5 o'clock live. Then the pre-recorded video, then the Man United Newport preview out will be out on Friday. So we'll decide whether that's going to be pre-recorded or live, and then obviously watch long Sunday, and the same thing Saturday as well. So big up to everyone watching, ball bunch of legends, and I'll speak to you all on the next one. Thanks for watching.